Hello, today we're saying sell Tesla. And if you found this video, maybe you would just watch 3 that said buy Tesla. I say f Tesla. They are way too high at this point. Hello, and thank you for joining us. Today we're going to talk about what we're selling this week. And I have to sell Tesla. It's ridiculous, and this may be a contrarian view. It is when the market keeps going up every week and setting all-time highs. But at this point, it's at $850 a share. Depending on when you watch this video, it may be higher or lower, but that translates into an $800 billion market cap. So the market cap, the value of all of their shares at the current price, the company is worth over $800 billion. Which is more than every other car manufacturer put together, or every other publicly traded car manufacturer. The top 9 equal less than Tesla. Tesla sold 500,000 cars last year. And so if you were to do the math on that, for every car they sold, their company is worth $1.4 million. Sell another car, worth another 1.4 mil. To me, that is ludicrous. Their PE ratio is up over 1,600. So for every 50 cents, 52 cents a share they earn right now, multiply that times 1,600, and that's where their share price is. Typical auto manufacturers trade in the 15 to 20 PE ratio. So Tesla is 80 times more valuable than other car makers, and they make 500,000 cars a year, so less than 3% of the market. So to me, they're a strong sell. And I'm actually, in full disclosure, I own put options against Tesla. So on the off chance that 1 million people were to watch this episode and 1 million people were to act on my recommendation, that could drive the market down and I could make a few more bucks. But I'm going with the assumption that not 1 million people are going to watch this, and people are going to wake up and realize that you can't just keep buying the company and the stock forever and hoping that it's going to keep doubling. Can a company that makes 500,000 cars, or less than 3% of the market, worth $800 billion, what's the probability that they'll be worth $1.6 trillion, that they'll double from here? It could happen. I didn't think they'd be worth 800 back when they crossed 400. So I've been wrong before, but it wasn't on camera then. Now that I'm on camera, I'm going to go ahead and say that this would be a good time to sell Tesla. But over the long term, I guess people that would disagree with me right now are going to say, well, the electric vehicle market is really growing, and I don't dispute that fact. The current estimates are right now that the electrical vehicle sales are about 3% of the overall market, and some analysts are projecting that that's going to grow to 10 to 15% of the worldwide market by 2025. So over the next 4 years, maybe 10 to 15% of the new cars sold will be electric vehicles. So the market is growing. That's good for Tesla. But there's also a lot of competition coming out. So we have serious competition in Europe with Volkswagen and Daimler, who owns Mercedes, and BMW all coming out with high-end, nice electric vehicles. We also have competition increasing in the US. We already know about the ones of the Chevy and Volt and Nissan and Ford, but they're also Jaguar's coming out with a higher end model, and so is Audi. And Ford's coming out with an electric Mustang. Being my first car and my 4th car as a Mustang, I might actually buy an electrical vehicle someday, but at this point it's not going to be a Tesla. Also, China has several competitors too, with XPeng and NIO and Li. A lot of analysts are talking about Tesla entering the Asian market. Well, there's already 3 competitors that are ready to go there. They go to the European market. There's big brands, big names, and luxury cars coming to that market. So there's a lot of problems, I think, with that. But so the electrical vehicle market is going to grow. So they're projecting maybe 1.8 million units this year. Maybe as many as 6 million electric vehicles sold in 2025. So let's be generous. Let's say that Tesla is able to sell half the market. So they're better than Jaguar and Mercedes and BMW and Volkswagen, all these other auto manufacturers. Let's say they sell 3 million electric vehicles. Well, if we just extrapolate that over the 500,000 they sold last year, give them a 6 multiple. Okay, so they sold 6 times more cars by the time they're in 2025. If we keep the same earnings ratios, that's $3 a share. At their current share price, that's still a 280 price earnings ratio, or 20 to 14 times more than all the other auto manufacturers. So even if we give them double the half the market, they can grow sales by 6 times. Their earnings are still only going to be such that their PE ratio drops to a modest 280. To me, that doesn't make any sense. I am a math guy, and that will never make sense. Why people will pay $800 for a stock that generates $3 of earnings per year. So if Tesla were to drop significantly, as I think it should, then it might be a buy, because yes, electric vehicles are the way of the future, and people are moving towards autonomous driving. And so that could be something that is a big industry in the future. But at these prices, I think it's a sell. If you're questioning whether you should sell now and you really like the electric vehicle space, maybe consider selling a little bit of it and buying some other things in that space. Take some of those profits and buy battery makers, lithium, buy into the other sectors that are looking for clean energy. You can diversify your profits in Tesla. Go buy a Tesla with your profits and before they're gone. Well, thank you for joining us. And so in short, I would say sell Tesla, not because I don't think they're going to be here in 10 years, but because I think the valuation is just not supportable. And one of my first rules is I want to buy something that I think can double. And doubling Tesla right now from 800 billion to 1.6 trillion just makes my head hurt. Please please subscribe, and please share. You can also comment below, and you can email me at matt@mkbfinancial.com. And thank you for listening.